lot of you guys who watch this video are trying to get better at Fortnite in every aspect possible, and while it's pretty difficult to do even after watching every tips and tricks video out there, progressing little by little will show huge improvement over time. There are so many videos out there that talk about how to get better at Fortnite and how to improve, but I've never seen a YouTuber or pro player talk about how they got better at Fortnite. In this video today, I'll be talking about how I got better at Fortnite and became the player I am today. Sure, I still have some things to learn, and a growth mindset is important if you're trying to become a professional in anything you do, but for the most part, I would consider myself to be a really good player. We're going to be breaking down how I was able to improve in Fortnite and how you can too. Before we get started, drop a comment down below and tell me what season you started playing Fortnite in and what's your favorite skin of all time since you started playing. Anyway guys, let's get right into it. I started playing Fortnite before there was even a season. I remember everyone being a default, and at the time there wasn't even an item shop. I won 3 or 4 games overall before I decided that I was going to head back to playing Call of Duty, because I didn't think Fortnite would get as popular as it did now, so I felt that I needed to pursue other opportunities. I took a break from Season 1 to Season 4, and when I came back, the game had changed entirely. Everyone had been playing for a long time, and they were cracked out of their mind, and here I am, a bot just starting out again and had to learn so much. People were building like crazy, doing advanced ramp pushes, and I was pretty scared going up against them because I didn't know what to do. At that point, I knew it was about time that I learned how to be a really good Fortnite player, and for those of you who want to do the same, listen to me closely. How I actually started to improve was simply by role modeling other players. At the time, Ninja was considered the best player in the world by millions of people who played the game, or simply just watched his streams and YouTube videos. One of the first things I noticed was the movement of Ninja. He never seemed to slow down for any reason at all, and he was consistently moving and building, editing, aiming, and positioning himself all at really fast speeds. So the first thing I felt I needed to do was start to practice my building and editing. I felt as though if I could build in the same speed and the same realm as Ninja, that I would be able to play just as good as he did. So that brings us to our first tip, which is choosing a role model. The players who are really talented at the game don't need to choose a role model player because they already know how to play the game. But for those of you who aren't very successful at the game and who don't have many wins or kills per session of playing, will benefit from choosing a role model. Ghost Aiden is a perfect example of a role model for the controller guys. He's extremely smart, mechanically skilled in every aspect possible. When you guys watch another player, you should be focusing on everything they do. When I was first starting out and trying to get better, I watched numerous players who were considered pro, which boosted my knowledge of the game, and I was able to repeat good plays those guys made in my games. When you watch someone else play, you pick up on a lot of movements they make, plays they make, and even when things go south, you can see how they play those types of situations when they're weak or almost dead. We're going to move into my second tip for you guys, which is fighting more players and practicing intense situations. I also started to improve at Fortnite by fighting more players and practicing surviving really tough situations and fights against good players. The reason I started to do this was because if I fought a lot of other players regardless of the outcome, I would learn something nearly every fight which could help me in the future. There's still a lot of you out there that completely avoid fighting other players because you're worried that you're never going to win, or you're going to die, or you're going to choke the fight. You need to start to overcome this worry by actually facing it. This problem will be completely forgotten once you get used to fighting under a lot of pressure and playing against players that are better than you. I also get so many comments from you guys saying that you choke during the endgame or you panic, which is why you don't play as well. I'm here to tell you right now that you need to start playing through this emotion. And if you do actually choke, that's okay as long as you learn something from it. When you choked, what did you do wrong and why was it wrong? For example, maybe you gave up high ground too early in a fight and because of it, your opponent claimed the high ground and you ran out of match, which gave them a clear shot at you. Having a growth mindset and trying to learn from your mistakes will improve your performance as a whole. My third tip for you guys today is perfecting your weaknesses. When I first started to improve as a player, I knew that I wouldn't be able to reach my potential if I had a weakness or a flaw in my own playstyle. For example, professional players don't have flaws in their games, or if they do, they're so minuscule that it doesn't affect them that much. Whether it be a pro Fortnite player, a pro Call of Duty player, or a pro football player, they don't have any weaknesses at all. A huge problem that plagued my game was my accuracy, which so many of you guys leave comments on my videos telling me that you're going to report me for aimbot now. And that's because for a very long time, the only thing I worked on was my accuracy. It held me back so much that I would consistently find myself losing fight after fight after fight, all because I couldn't hit any shots. Whatever your personal flaw is, you need to perfect it. If you guys want to be a pro player or near that skill level, you can't have your deaths be the cause of the same issue over and over again. Whether it be poor aim, poor positioning, or slow building, you need to work on it. Those are the 3 main ways that I improved as a player, but the best way that I became a better player overall is just by practicing every single day. Practice does make perfect in my opinion, and I think that it helped my game overall. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, do drop a comment down below and tell me about it. Drop a like if this video helped you out. Use my creator code YTRebus in the item shop. Subscribe if you guys are new around here, and I'll see you next video. Peace out.
Go.